Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on in. Welcome back to everyone who decided to stop by. Who would have guessed? It's another Devour video with my good friend, Mr. Carnage.
Let's go.
But yeah, we're going to be doing something a bit different today, and this is all in part thanks to a good friend of mine named Zap, or Z4P. That's what he goes by. He's a community helper in the Devour Discord server, and he gave me permission to make a video off of this. And basically what he did is he took a bunch of suggestions and feedback from the community, including the Chinese community, which is apparently very prevalent for this game. I had no idea. So yeah, he basically put together a list explaining what he wants in the game and what he thinks would be, what would be some interesting changes. And Carnage and I are going to be going over them, so I'm going to be reading them out one by one. I'm just going to quickly put it on screen right now. Yep. So this is what it looks like right now. Obviously, I'm not going to have it like on the screen all the time. Carnage and I are going to be playing some... just going to be playing some matches while we discuss these. And I think it's going to be pretty fun. So let us know what you think. Alright, so before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's pull up the first suggestion that was gathered from the community. Option to change Devour main menu scenery / song. I think that's a really... Yeah, I think that's a good idea. There have been times where I've thought to myself, man, I really miss the in menu and the theme. I think it's probably my favorite one in the game. It's like chill. It's really nice and calming. And, you know, it has like that hint of Japanese instruments, which is really refreshing.
Yeah, I agree. I do think we should have different themes and different main menus in terms of selecting the map, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good point.
Like, if it was random, then that it's just little stuff like that that gives the game, a sense of freshness. So you load up the game and you're like, whoa, I haven't heard this one in a while. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Ayana. Alright. Looks like we're in agreement on that one. Next one on the list. Since stair stack is part of the game, add a second keybind choice for jump, just like chain together. Interesting that he uses chain together as an example, but I have no complaints. That just seems like a quality of life change at that point. Maybe,
yeah, we definitely need more than that, in my opinion.
Maybe more than one keybind for like pretty much every control in the game. I'm gonna burn, by the way.
That's fine.
Yeah, no real complaints here.
Yeah, I mean, if it is, I'm happy with the way this is right now, but it would be definitely a good quality of life change for sure, in my opinion. For real.
Yeah, just like giving people the option to bind something to a second keybind. Who knows? We might see some new tech come out, like UV scroll wheel into jump, and yeah. Okay, next up, add a gamma option. That one's a no-brainer. Why do you think I use reshade? Like, y'all look at my gameplay and you're like, oh wow, this game looks very atmospheric. This is what happens when I turn the filters off. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't say anything? My bad. No, like, it literally feels like I put a filter on to make the game darker.
Yeah, and I've read like complaints of like a lot of people who can't really see well in the dark, and there's no gamma option. So how are they going to play the game out of the box? They probably don't want to download reshade, or they don't want to like do NVIDIA control panel, or even go to their monitor settings just to even just only increase the brightness in the game. Like every other game that I own, it's fine, like right out of the blue. But Devour is just like, you need to see better in order to like enjoy the game overall, in my opinion. Okay.
It doesn't even seem like a thing that would be that difficult to implement. Like, obviously the settings are there, but it's not like I want to make my game look like a competitive DVD match where all the colors are washed out. No, I literally just want to see. I just want to see.
I agree.
Even if it's just like a slight improvement, then I'm A-okay with that. Oh, speaking of DBD has announced that they're actually adding a gamma filter. Or like a gamma option.
Oh no, red eyes.
Oh, thank you. Oh, fuck. I gonna be able to escape this? Yeah, I got it. Alright, moving on. Public stats leaderboard. Now that would be pretty neat, but as is the case with most indie games with leaderboards, there's definitely gonna be like, whoa! I'm probably dead. Yeah. But yeah, definitely a big chance for there to be cheaters, so it's probably gonna crawl around your right.
I wish. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I agree and disagree. This is like more of a 50-50 option, but I'm leaning towards not having a public leaderboard just because of hackers. They're gonna have like 999999999 out of like literally everything in the game, and that's just like, bruh. Is there any is it necessary to have public leaderboards if there's hackers already in the game? So I get like, I can understand why, but that suggestion was added. But you know, Call of Duty, I was seeing hackers all over Call of Duty, so it was kind of unfair just to like look at public leaderboards on there, to be honest. I'm like 50-50, but I do wish that there's no cheaters in this game to have public leaderboards. But at the moment, I'm just gonna say no. I don't think we should have public leaderboards unless cheaters are fully removed from the game entirely.
Not just removed, but like, you know, if there was some sort of like detection system in place to tell you that, hey, this person hacked. Red eyes upstairs.
Some sort of anti-cheat or something. I don't know. I mean, I remember they tried doing it, but hackers just always bypassed their anti-cheat, and they kind of gave up on it. And plus, it was like slowing down production of new maps, which to me is like, yeah, I kind of want new maps, so I can understand why they kind of like, you know, they stopped doing it. Plus, the majority of the community wants new maps, you know.
TLDR. Public leaderboard would be awesome if by some chance they were able to mitigate the amount of hackers that were in the game.
Yep.
I'm not saying like it's possible to remove all of them, because obviously there is always going to be workarounds that shitty people are going to use to their advantage, but there's a way to like mitigate them. Like very robust methods of detecting, hey, this person managed to reach 999,000 goats within like the first few seconds. Yeah, something's a bit suspicious, so you should probably like place a ban on it. Then there can be like unban requests that they can ask mods for. Anyhow, next up on the list, add an anti-cheat. Even simply kick the cheater from the lobby since you can get detected with a message. Interesting. I'm not totally against that. I mean, easy anti-cheat would probably tank the performance of the game, unfortunately. But it would also cause a notable drop-off in hackers. They would probably need to find other methods.
And they usually find them pretty quickly, you know what I mean? It is a good suggestion, of course, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to say no, because it will tank a lot of your PC performance. And I know that, you know, people would have played Devour and like with low PC specs. And given to the fact that it costs money to like make certain updates and like to different anti-cheats, and whatever they use, they have to roll with it. But and I remember that the developers had an anti-cheat system that was built into the game, but hackers quickly bypassed their anti-cheat and they kind of just gave up on it. And plus, they did say that it's going to slow down production of new maps if they're going to continue down that route.
Anyway, we were talking about how difficult an anti-cheat would be to add to the game, and in all reality, you know how many times they keep getting bug reports for, oh, my game just crashed for no reason, oh, my game isn't opening, or my game has no display, audio, everything's flickering for some reason. Can you imagine how many bugs an anti-cheat would add?
Yeah, it would actually. I mean, PC performance-wise, it's going to go down. Having them to spend the money just to get cucked in the end, because hackers will always bypass anti-cheats, you know, and they're going to also slow down a production of new maps too. So it is a great suggestion, but overall, as of right now, I'm going to say no to it just because of those reasons, in my opinion.
It is unfortunately just Not in the cards, not for this studio at least. Unless they walk back on it, unless they find like some sort of holy grail of anti-cheats that work near perfectly, don't cause a lot of system crashes and all that other stuff. But for now, it doesn't seem like it's in the cards. On that
That's
note,
the next bullet point.
adds name colors corresponding to the game rank. So name would be all yellow or golden if the person is Azazel Incarnate, the max rank. I think we could go a step further, actually. First of all, good suggestion. I always appreciate having more customization. But, you know, instead of it just being like yellow text or golden text, it could be like golden text that's on fire. Like, that would be pretty damn cool.
Great suggestion. I'm all for it. I do think that it gives some extra creativity and spark towards like usernames and just like anyone in general. It makes them probably more aware of just like they want that too, rather than just having an icon in a title. They can have that, like, you know, that platinum color that they want to. I'm gonna burn, by the way, or kill, by the way.
Sounds good.
So I'm all for that suggestion. It feels like, you know, it gives us like players extra, like gives them extra like reason just to grind for 666 or just continuously play Devour, in my opinion. I 100% agree for that. I'm all for it.
All right. Next up on the list, add prestiges to the game. I'm not quite sure what that entails, because it feels like we already kind of have a prestige system already. Like, you reach rank 100, you get a new icon. That's pretty much the gist of it. Isn't that what, like, prestige system is? Or are they talking about, like, resetting? Oh, I think actually that would be a pretty interesting system. Like, what if when you reset your rank at like level 100, you get the new icon, which is like Harbinger, for example, but then you also get to restart from scratch with like no perks or like anything like that. No perks.
Yeah.
And then you start over from scratch.
Yeah,
that would
think that's a good.
That would be pretty interesting.
That'd be a good suggestion. It gives a lot of players just a bit more of a reason to actually grind in the game and achieve like the highest rank possible. Feels like Call of Duty in some sort of aspect.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously we don't need this game to directly copy Call of Duty, but like, you know, rewarding players from starting over from scratch just like Phasmophobia does, I think would make for a pretty cool system. So, yeah. I'm pretty like I'm 80 to 90% confident in that. Don't want to take away from the identity of this game, of course, though.
Yeah, I'm for it too. At the same time, I feel like it gives players like a better reason to actually play the game longer and grind, in my personal opinion.
Nice. Well, it's good to know that we're touching base on that one. Add weekly quests, or add weekly challenges that give way more XP but are actually grindy. And add, in general, more quests. Absolutely. I think this game definitely needs more quests.
I agree 100%.
I love doing these weekly challenges because they give me something to do. Maybe they could be a bit more unique, like run fast worker on the inn, and that would be called the janitor. Like, that would be an interesting quest. Like, definitely more weekly challenges because I'm hungry for XP and I don't want to have to play the farmhouse on Nightmare. No perks, no batteries, no meds, over and over.
Same.
Plus, it's like it keeps you wanting more. I want more challenges. Like, come on, give me three more. Give me 3 more.
At least 3 more, you know? Whether it's on easy, normal, hard, or nightmare, maybe you can like at least like double with what you have. Like change it from 3 to 6 would be my way to do it, in my opinion. Like, that's what I want. Like 6 quests in total. Whether it's 2 normal, 2 hard mode, and 2 nightmare mode. That's that. Like, and you know, keep the challenges what they are. Maybe add some bonuses, like in case they're out of ideas. Oh shit, hold up. Red eyes at fireplace.
I think it might be calm, actually. I don't know. Where's the rest of them, bro?
She is still angry.
Thanks for the heads up. Oh, there's a rat right here. Thank you very much, good sir.
She is at red room or red stairs.
Uh-oh. Thanks for the heads up.
She's in the basement.
I killed 3 wheelies at once. I hope that doesn't trigger anything. 3 more wheelies to the basement now. Oh!
Oh shit!
She was so quiet. Oh my god. That would scare the shit out of me, bro.
That's gonna be in the YouTube video.
God damn
it.
Yep. Even Molly finds it funny. Let's move on to the next one.
Yep.
New game mode where everything is harder, has more goats, demons, etc. And if one person dies, that game is over and would reward more XP. Yes, but no to the one person die and reset. I think that would make for an interesting challenge, but I don't know.
I mean, I get the idea, like a no death run.
Mm-hmm.
Like if like one person dies, it's like an instant restart. So I'm kind of in. I'm also in for that. But I don't know how it's gonna impact the community. If it's gonna be too hard for them or whatever, too easy. If they're gonna like just avoid it entirely and just say we're not gonna be bothered playing it. I don't know. I mean, I'm also 50-50 for it.
I think having a mode that makes the game a little bit more difficult and rewards players for beating it is still pretty nice. It's not just like hard and nightmare where the only difference is UV. Like, you know, what if there was more than just one change? Like maybe Azazel angers slightly faster, or maybe Azazel is angry at the start when you first wake them up. Like, I think that would be, you know, just like more changes to the difficulty. I swear to God, if one more wheelie spawns down here, I'm gonna lose it.
The last threat's in bedroom, sorry.
Oh, so you have the second to last one now.
Yep.
Alright, neat.
What were we saying? Sorry.
Oh no, that's literally... Yeah, honestly, I think I was just gonna ask you if the last rat was in the bedroom, because I did see it there. Carnage?
She's in the fireplace.
No, she isn't!
Oh, I got him.
Oh, thank God. That was just enough.
God damn it, I can't go down yet.
She's going back up.
Red eye, second floor.
Heard.
I'm in the warden.
Yeah, guys, we definitely won that round. Molly definitely didn't take me to the upstairs warden's bedroom and catch Carnage off guard. That definitely didn't happen. Nope. Alright, I'm ready.
Alright, what's next in the... Oh!
This is so sad. This is so sad. Can we hit 50 likes? Alright, next up on the list. Ability to make lobbies larger than 4, but does not award any XP or stats. That is definitely a take.
I don't approve it. It ruins the fun overall, in my opinion. I feel like 4 at max is the way to go. That's just how we see it. I don't think having more than 4 players would be fun for Devour. It just takes away overall the challenge and the fun of what Devour is meant to be. You know what I mean? To be on, in my personal opinion.
I know what you mean. I'm just saying, like, I'm a little bit torn because I think, you know, what if there are people who are like, you know, wanting to bring in their 5th friend, or what if there's someone who wants to play with like 15 other players, like just as a fun speed run. Like, how fast can 15 people beat the farmhouse? And the run would be over in literally a minute.
Yeah, for real.
I think that would be pretty fun as like, you know, a one-off challenge. Maybe as like a limited time mode or something. I don't know.
In my personal opinion, I just don't see it that way. I mean, like Phasmophobia has 4 players at max. Other like indie games or even like games in general, other like AAA, like they have their own like lobby limit, which is understandable. Mm-hmm. Like Devour has their own like lobby limit of 4, of course, for example. And in my opinion, I feel like to me, that's enough to make the game where it needs to be right now. But that's just coming from me, though. I feel like 4 is just enough. I don't think they need to have over the limit of 4 players overall, in my opinion.
I agree. But I did see some videos of like Escape the Backrooms where there was like, I don't know, 20 people, and I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. I think it's a mixed bag for me, but I completely understand what you're talking about. It does take away from the core aspects of the game. But, you know, maybe that's for the better in some cases. Maybe it's just for a little bit of a silly. Maybe for April Fools. I don't know. But, yeah,
yes.
I know what you're saying. Next up on the list. Give rewards for leveling like new robes and add new robes that actually cost a lot of tokens. Ooh. I mean, I'll never say no to more robes or more excuses to spend my ritual tokens. Maybe an animated robe that costs like 20 ritual tokens. That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah, I feel like we're not really wasting as much tokens as we normally had been, like when DEVOUR first came out, or like, excuse me, when the tokens first started rolling in. So I haven't really spent any tokens. I still have like as a 666 player, I have like 567, I think, tokens. I could be wrong though.
Point is a lot of tokens.
Yeah. And I've only used like tokens when new map releases come out. It's like once a year. So in my opinion, I'm 50-50 for it. But I would say I would approve just because I've been keeping the same amount of tokens for like over a year, each time for over a year now. I want to spend more tokens, and having to continuously to grind for more tokens would bring would bring some people at least to like a big reason to keep grinding the game, keep reaching a max rank, and or if they want to hit tokens, just keep up the grind, just continue to grind. That's all about the grind, I think.
Okay, add a mute keybind for open mic. That just sounds like another quality of life change that I have no complaints about. You know, open mic can be annoying. Maybe if you press like P and, you know, your family's yelling in the back or something, then yeah, no complaints here. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I don't have much to say. That is 100% a guarantee win for me, in my opinion.
Add badges for mods or speedrunners next to the name. I mean, you won't hear me complaining about extra recognition. People will see me load into the game, glowing blue name tag, keep it wild, mod symbol to the left. And people are like, whoa, this guy's a mod. Then there's going to be hackers who mod those nameplates in.
Yeah,
I just realized, bro. Oh my god. Unless it was like linked to a Steam account or something, you know, like it literally can't be accessed without like, you know, finding out your Steam account.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a no to that suggestion as well. I thought it's a great suggestion, but again, we have hackers that can like easily manipulate this type of stuff. So, in my personal opinion, I'd say a big no for me.
I'd say a disappointed no from me.
Yeah.
Is Zara Fox on the list? Give me 1 second. Yeah, no, for real though. Like, I submitted a picture of the Zara Fox profile picture that I have on the server. I'll put it up on screen for those of you watching on YouTube. Zara Fox is like a fun little concept that I made because I was just like, wait, what if that mask that we have for Zara? Like, what if she was like actually an anthropomorphic fox? I know that for some people it would be a bit weird to have in the game, and it would probably kill a lot of the game's mood. But to be honest, Zara Fox, yes.
At least give us something new. You know what I mean? I'm for it, definitely. Any other more bullet points?
Oh no, like there's plenty.
Oh, okay.
Red Eyes in the Cave.
Okay.
Next up, make the game crossplay, PlayStation, Xbox, etc. That's a no-brainer. I'd say an absolute yes to bringing this game to console, especially crossplay, and maybe even cross progression if they have the skills for that. But I know that PlayStation can be really fucking weird with how they implement crossplay. They literally had to be forced into implementing crossplay.
I think Phasmophobia is on console now. Am I right?
It is, yeah, and they've been solving a lot of problems with it, and it feels like the general consensus is that people are happy. So hey, that's good.
Yeah, I'm for crossplay as well.
It just feels like a no-brainer. More players get into the game, word of mouth goes around, they make more money. It just seems like a win-win-win.
The only down thing with that is we're not gonna get fast new projection or fast new maps. You know what I mean?
Trust me, dude.
It's gonna slow down the. I will say I'm all for it once everything is like all the new maps are out or everything is out on Devour. Then if they want to focus on getting it to crossplay, I'm for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless.
Yeah, you remember how long it took for Phasmophobia to get put on consoles? It would probably be a big ordeal.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be.
Speaking of a big shame, sounds like you got grabbed.
No, I died on purpose.
Oh, to calm her down? Smart.
Yeah, we need more eggy waggies.
Alright, next up we got make a perk upgrade system with with tokens or specific stats earned you can make perks better. Absolutely 100% agree. Not only is there more excuses to earn tokens, that would also feed into the prestige system where you can earn, you can earn tokens, upgrade your perks, and, maybe bad perks like Powerful Insight would be made a lot better. Like if you have like level 3 Powerful Insight, you can see batteries from 30 meters away, and people would be like, huh, maybe this perk's kind of good now. Like, I don't know. I think that's a good suggestion. What do you think?
I am for it too. I mean, like I said before, I have these tokens for so long, and I don't really spend a lot on these tokens as a 666 player. I don't really spend anything. Like I don't waste tokens on anything really, except for when new maps come out for new emotes or like new robes. That's pretty much it. Then we have to wait for another year. I mean, we have like Christmas and Halloween events, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. So, and having to like make your perks feel really nice and better, in my opinion. Having to put in additional tokens, and then you work your way towards maxing your perks out just to make them feel really good. I'd say that is I'm for it as well, in my opinion.
I think a pretty cool thing that they could also do with that change is not only could they give it a numbers buff, like field medic revives 10% and then 20% and then 30%, they could also add like a secondary effect, such as like when you revive someone, they don't spend any UV for 3 seconds or something. That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that tangent out of the way. Add a 0 interaction time mode that would give way less XP. I assume this is for the people who would prefer to play the older versions of the farmhouse back before it was given a long interact mode. Yeah, like you combine that with easy mode. You combine that with easy mode and all that other shit, like you would complete maps within seconds. Because honestly, long interacts are boring as fuck. I don't like them. No one really likes to have to stand around and clean something for like 7 seconds, so if it gives way less XP, I don't really see a real reason as to why it shouldn't be added.
Agreed. It's I'd say that is a mid suggestion in my opinion. Don't you agree? A mid suggestion? What do you say?
I'm saying like it would like I don't like I don't like long interactions. But to be honest, it's not really that much of a big deal to me.
Yeah. Like 50-50 for me as well.
Alright, well, that was a pretty good suggestion. Crosshair when hovering on item. Just another quality of life suggestion. No complaints here.
Yep.
Like a little hand symbol for when you're hovering over an item. It might get in the way for when you're like looking over a battery, which is already a pretty fucking small item. But otherwise, doesn't seem like a massive massive deal to me. And also, you could probably like turn it off or something. All right.
Yeah, I agree for that one too. 100% for it. The quality of life definitely would improve.
Make an emote wheel editor with custom keybind for every single one. Yeah, sure. Like you press 5 and you do Gangnam Style. That sounds like a net positive to me.
Yep.
Make emoting in lobbies. Yes.
Yes.
Make an option to disable music in game but still keep it in the menu. I agree. I think there should be like multiple volume sliders, like, I don't know, ambient sound effects, jump scare volume, menu music volume. Oh god, the piters! I'm good. GG's. Alright. I'm gonna wait, actually.
Or
That should auto-revive, by the way.
oh my god.
Make an option to customize the settings in the map. So basically like a custom difficulty. That sounds interesting. Amount of virtual items, Zazel speed, demon spawn, etc. Suggested by many people, including the Chinese community. So this one spanned many nations, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah.
The only down, I would say though, that is a Wii mod type of thing because people I played with hackers before in Devour, and that's what they used to increase Azazel's speed, and I find that to be really distracting. So in my opinion, I would say not for me. It is an interesting suggestion, but I would not approve of it just because it would like take away the challenge for Devour to me if they were to mess around with Azazel speed and stuff like that. So I would say no in my opinion.
Well, this just reminds me of a game that I played called Boomen. They added a custom difficulty, which, you know, the harder you made the game, the more XP you'd get. Some of the settings that you'd get, some of the settings that you could enable, you could have like 8 enemies at once, and they would all be max difficulty, and you'd have like no defenses at all. It was pretty fun, but you know, like if it gets too hectic, then chances are it's not going to feel like the same Devour. And also, people are probably just going to load up the farmhouse. I think it'd be an interesting change, though. But I think the effort put into it would probably exceed the return on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just need to retouch XP values in this game because, again, I just think that they're way too low and like not very rewarding, especially for harder maps.
I agree. They definitely have to do something with the XP. I'm all for 100% on that.
Allow mod/community helpers to kick people that are using cheats while not being a host. See, if it works,
that's really hard. That's really hard to do.
Yeah, like they would have to whitelist your ID, like be like, hey, this person has ID 7356, and so give them the moderator privileges in game. Like if the developers had to like hand out this special privilege one by one, maybe, like so hackers couldn't get around it, but like
that's just really difficult.
I feel like that's playing with fire too. And there could be some drama around, hey, I was banned from the game, or something like that.
Yeah. Again, I'm gonna say no to that one, just because of it's just too much work. I feel like maybe for the devs as well. I mean, I'm not a dev again, but at the same time, I feel like that's just very time consuming and possibly gonna waste a lot of time on not making new maps.
And as I said, pretty risky too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to that one.
And Cloud said the vote to kick feature is sufficient. I think so too. Yeah, like if everyone agrees that a person is being problematic or they're hacking, then they just vote to kick them out. I think democracy most of the time works.
Yeah.
Next up on the list. Zazel always having red eyes when playing Nightmare difficulty without batteries. I think, yeah, no complaints. I think that just makes sense. Like, if you're playing Nightmare difficulty without batteries, you're not going to be stunning Azazel. So
I mean, I'm for that too, and also given to the fact that it's going to be really strategic. You're going to have to like plan it really well and thoroughly. I mean, I guess I'm all for it too, but if they can like at the same time do something with the XP included with that, then I'm all for it, in my opinion.
Weekly challenges completed stat. No complaints, just an extra stat. That sounds good.
So are you saying like if you complete the weekly challenge, like you're no, I will say though, remember you have to like write down in like how many staggers for Sam and stuff. They definitely have to make that better.
I think they're talking about like if you complete a weekly challenge, the number goes up. Like I've completed 5 weekly challenges.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm for that too. That stats makes more sense than the global stats in my opinion.
Okay, these next few are stats. Distance traveled stats, times jump stats. Oh god, mine's probably in like the hundreds of thousands. Batteries used stat. I don't know if I said strat earlier, but I meant to say stat. Dirty eggs cleansed. Cages opened.
I'm for that.
Cages open, keys picked up. Sure.
Yeah, I'm for that too.
Yeah, like I said, some of these suggestions just feel like a no-brainer to me. I got no real complaints. Perk untouchable. When a minion attacks you 2 times, it will die instantly. Interesting. Do you think it would make other perks obsolete, Mr. Carnage?
So if a minion like swipes at you twice, it dies?
Yeah, dies instantly.
That takes the challenge away. I don't approve of it just for that reason. Like like the minions should kill you. Like they should kill you. That's what they're designed to do. That's why they're in the game in the first place. You know? If that's the case, then it's gonna be super duper easy. And it takes away the challenge, and it's just instant win for a lot of people. So I'm not for it at all.
But imagine this. What if it makes the Manor solo Nightmare No Batteries like a lot easier for you?
It is, but there's no point overall. Like, it takes away the challenge. It takes away the solo Nightmare the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be challenging, you know, solo Nightmare for any map in particular. So I'm against this just because of that reason. So I don't like it.
Next perk is Healer. Lets you heal automatically faster. So, like, if you get swiped by a ghost or Sam shoots you or anything like that, then the slow goes away sooner. Isn't that kind of what Immune does? I feel like it's already obsolete due to the fact that Immune exists. It's not a bad perk idea, it's just I feel like we already kind of have that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would have to say no to that one as well. I feel like we already have that, and if that is the case, then just make a brand new perk then.
You missed. You missed again. You missed again.
Oh my god, 0 for 3.
Oh, he hit me that last time.
No.
Red eyes, by the way, inside a church.
Oh, no.
But yeah. Here's a perk idea that you might find interesting. Athlete. Lets you jump 50% higher.
No thanks, bro.
I'd hate to admit it, but I'm kind of curious to see how that would work with stair stacking. Would it break stair stacking, or would it make stair stacking even more OP?
That's a good question. I'd say no, in my opinion. We're already good enough as it is in terms of just regular jumping and stair stacking. So I'm leaving it as a no-go, in my opinion.
I'm gonna say no, but on the other hand, I appreciate them for thinking of that.
Yeah. Third vision.
Third vision. Azazel and or demons are highlighted for 15 seconds after increasing map progress. Oh god. That doesn't sound like a terrible idea for 15 seconds getting wall hacks on Azazel. That'd be... It would take a lot of the horror out of the game, being like, oh god, is he on the second floor or is he on the first floor? But I don't know.
I'm against it, in my opinion.
I'm not entirely against it myself. I think it'd be interesting.
I mean, if it was a yes or no, I choose no because it takes away the jump scares, in my opinion. And Devour is meant to be like a jump scary game, like from around the corner, all that stuff related. And you have to know where Azazel is. That takes away the challenge. Like, that's part of the challenge, you know?
It would kind of take away the skill expression, right?
Exactly. So I'm against it. I don't think it's worth it, in my opinion.
Okay. Perk, own territory. Movement speed of Azazel is decreased by 20% when last player alive. That just sounds like a better version of Under Pressure. 20% less speed to Azazel? I mean, that would kind of be the difference between life and death on certain maps and certain scenarios.
I agree.
I think it'd be a decent perk. I don't know. No real notes here. I don't think it would make the game any less challenging. Or obviously, it would make the game less challenging. But like...
That's why I'm going to say no to it. It does take away the challenge.
Again, these are some pretty interesting ideas. I'll give them that. Next up on the list is Christmas event. All maps have snow on the ground outside instead of it raining outside it's snowing. Agreed. Just giving the game more charm, you know, making it snow. Obviously not on the town, that wouldn't make any sense. Like on pretty much every other map, that would be a pretty cool change.
Yeah, it would.
Make the game feel a bit more festive too, instead of just placing a Christmas tree across every map. Although, gotta understand, it would probably take quite a bit of effort. GG.
I don't even know where he was, to be honest.
Easter event. Make an event for Easter with 1.5 times XP. Players have to collect Easter egg on every map, or Easter eggs on every map to unlock a free robe. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, 100% on that. No question, dude.
I mean, it's literally like an Easter egg hunt. Like, that just fits in with the theme of collecting secret items hidden across the map perfectly. And I have no complaints. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm all for that. 100%. Yeah. Easter event. Yep.
Easter event skin. Nathan with a rabbit onesie. I don't know why it has to be Nathan. Oh, probably because of his speed, the way he like almost hops across the map and in his Azazel form. That's
probably, yeah.
I don't know if they took that into account, but I think that's a pretty cute idea. I'm not against them adding it. They're not averse to adding silly and cute skin ideas either. I mean, like, take a look at the skin I'm literally wearing right now. It's traditional, but it's also pretty cute.
Yep.
Easter egg skin. Kai is an Easter egg.
Kai is an Easter bunny.
No, just an Easter egg. Maybe an Easter bunny would make more sense.
I get Easter bunny, yeah.
Yeah, like, I think that's what they mean by the rabbit onesie.
Oh.
For Nathan.
I do see Kai as an Easter bunny outfit, though.
That would be pretty fun.
I like that.
New game mode named Marathon Mode. You play through all maps in a predetermined row. If you fail once, you have to restart the map from map 1. Your goal is to finish all the maps in one row at one set difficulty. Okay. I'm not against that.
I agree. It brings up more the challenge, and if you want more XP wise, then I say yes. I'm all for that as well. I think it's a great suggestion.
Okay, so next one. Rewards that I got in mind. Oh, for completing the challenge. An achievement, maybe an outfit, maybe multiplied XP upon completion. Absolutely, I think you should be rewarded for completing every map in a row without losing.
Yep.
You should be rewarded more, especially for all the time. They should probably put a warning at like the start, like when you're about to press play. Warning: this will probably take hours. Are you ready for the long haul or something like that? You know, just to remind players that this isn't going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah, I think I agree with that suggestion. A lot giving players I know for like some games before you start actually knowing the mechanics, they give you like a warning system, like be prepared and all that stuff, just to make sure that they're gonna start getting into it and see what happens. So I'm all for that suggestion as well.
Allow players to determine the seed of a match. I mean, if you're an avid speedrunner, you'll know the pain of loading up the farmhouse, and you're like, okay, well, we got everyone ready. Let's do this shit. Oh, well, there's no gas in the front yard. Well, time to reset. And I guess it has been... the pain has been lessened slightly since you can just exit to lobby instead of making a whole ass new lobby. I think that's pretty cool. But...
Yep.
If you can, like, set the seed spawn of your match with, like, no XP rewards, then speedrunners everywhere will be happy.
Yeah.
I think it would have to be really something you'd have to unlock,
run.
though. Like, I don't think any casual player would want to use that, and they might look at it going like, ooh, like, what's this? And stuff like that. So, maybe have it be something you can unlock. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Beat every map on hard difficulty or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's a cool idea, and it would make it a lot less difficult for speedrunners to actually get a decent run. Like, you know, once everyone's on an even playing field, they can actually rely on skill and strategy and planning rather than just be like, well, shit, gas spawned in X location, we gotta run. And it would save so much time and trouble. There's a bonus spawn, by the way.
Okay. Missing 2 more oil.
Updated look on Anna Azazel. Absolutely. I think she looks like, I swear to God, her robe, if you want to call it that, is like a flat blood texture. I don't even think I'm exaggerating. And you can see it like clipping through at random spots. Like it's like all jagged, low poly. I definitely think she's more than due for an overhaul, especially considering that we have like human Anna. So they could, based off that model, make her look a bit more lanky, make it look like she's been deformed by the curse. Like, I think that would be a pretty cool change.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all. I feel like we've seen Anna like this for a long time, but it's like a more of a personal preference thing. To me, though, I don't know. I guess I'm used to seeing Anna all the time like that. I don't. It's just coming from me, but I feel like that's appropriate as where it is right now. But it's a really good suggestion, but I'm gonna have to say no to it. I'm just like used to seeing Anna a lot.
Maybe keep her face the same, but just make the robe better.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one for those of you who know about it. This one says black robe to be added as a robe for everybody. Very interesting idea.
I like the idea. I mean, it is a glitch robe.
Imagine if you could like unlock it through an Easter egg and it would have like a slightly glitchy effect. Like, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like frame trailing where you see bits of it like floating around. I don't know. I think that would be a pretty interesting idea. But you know, just the black robe as an outfit that you can unlock through completing an Easter egg or like doing some specific steps sounds like a cool idea. Here's an interesting one. Make single-player town / slaughterhouse easier.
Oh, god damn it, dude. I'm gonna say no entirely, in my opinion.
I feel like the slaughterhouse, well, this might just be my 700-hour self-talking, but like, I feel like the slaughterhouse is not as bad nowadays now that we have 2 perks. It, like, back when it was first released and we only had 1 perk, and, you know, they didn't make any tweaks to him. He was still just like extremely, extremely fast, like even faster than he is now. But nowadays, it feels like the slaughterhouse is very attainable, even in solo.
Yeah, I feel like that I'm not for that suggestion just because the 2 perk, and plus it'll just take the challenge away entirely for both maps. I feel like the maps where they're at right now is fine enough.
And keep in mind that single player is actually easier than multiplayer in a couple of ways. Like, it takes less UV to kill minions, it takes less UV to stun the Azazel. And, you know, they get stunned faster and all that other stuff. Like, I think
Mm-hmm.
single player is pretty easy. I'd say the only thing I don't like about it is how fucking long it takes to actually set yourself up. I don't know.
Yep.
Next one, more flashlights. More cosmetics sounds like a win to me, so no problem.
More cosmetics. I'm for that as well.
More flashlight cosmetics, like maybe a golden one that glows and swirls. Ana's AI to be updated. She sometimes randomly turns around. I thought that was something that all the Azazels did.
Yeah, they're all like that.
Yeah, I don't know, Carnage. You think the AI is okay for the farmhouse?
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think the AI is fine enough, in my opinion.
Oh well, never hurts to ask, I guess. I mean, if people have problems, I'd like to hear exactly what they have a problem with, because I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an old head, being like, oh well, it's not that bad now that I have played this game for 700 hours and know every ins and outs of every map. Oh fuck! Why are you right there, Nathan? More weekly challenges or daily challenges added. Yes.
We already talked to that.
Yes.
Yep. No question.
Players being able to choose Azazel speed. I feel like we've already talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about that already.
A new, harder difficulty than Nightmare. I think you'll agree with this one, Carnage.
Oh yeah, I agree. Ultra Nightmare mode or
Change the event's XP boost from 1.5 to 2.2 times. I'm not laughing because of the suggestion. I'm laughing because we literally just had a suggestion where it was like Easter event, but only make it 1.5 times.
I'm gonna check bathroom.
New skins for Ana and new skins for Sam.
I feel like they're fine the way they are, in my opinion.
Fuck!
Oh, you're talking about. Never mind.
I'm cooked.
New skins for Anna and Sam. Yes, I would say we kind of need more flavor on them, to be honest.
Why did you say no initially?
I thought it was Azazel for a sec, like Sam Azazel, Anna Azazel. I don't know, but yeah, I'm for it. I'm for it 100%.
Good.
You could take the. I got the left.
God, he's in the freezer! He's in the freezer!
Oh nar. What the? What the fuck? Oh my god, he almost scared the shit out of me.
Did he just go through the wall?
Yeah, he did. Bro, he went through the wall and I thought he was gonna get me. I'm like, bro.
What the fuck? Or did he just enter the room when we didn't see it? No, the door's closed.
No, the door was closed. He definitely glitched through the door.
What the fuck? That's a new one. The manner difficulty to be easier. The manner is unpopular for beginners in the Chinese community.
I mean, I'm gonna have to say no. I feel like I don't want the developers to keep messing with the difficulty on the manner. They worked so hard during the beta launch, like adding more crows, minusing crows, adding batteries, and then putting back to batteries. I feel like the manner as of right now is fine where it needs to be. In my opinion, you know.
I think a lot of the pain points stem from the fact that you don't have a lot of intel on where the crows are. I don't know. Maybe if they glowed a bit more, you know, at least when they're on a tree or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only thing that I hate the most about crows is how silent they can be. Like, I can see this crow right here, but a lot of new players may not know about them. And, yeah. I can see an argument being made for making the crows, like, a lot more squawky up in the trees. Other than that, I really can't see any more arguments for making the manner easier, because it's not really that hard, in my opinion. Okay, next one. The inn difficulty to be easier. The inn is unpopular for beginners in the Chinese community because of the webs. Because of the webs. Excuse me?
I don't know. In my opinion, everything is fine where it needs to be for the inn. I don't want them to change really anything.
When I first played the inn, I didn't even think that the webs that blocked your path, like, this is like 2021 early. like, even back then, I didn't even think they were that much of an issue. I just thought that the spiders, combined with Zara, and, combined with my overall newness to the map and my fear of getting jump scared, probably made the map more difficult. But not the webs that block your path. There are ways to get around them. And also, they don't take that much UV to get rid of. Speed of the ghosts in the town reduced. Are people really having issues with this?
I disagree with this suggestion again. The ghosts are like where they need to be right now, in my opinion. They're everything. I mean, the town is like where it needs to be. I just don't see them having to touch the ghosts, in my opinion.
Well, speaking of the town, another suggestion being vision of Sam Azazel reduced. Like the vision, how far away he can see you from. I can see an argument. Like, honestly, the fact that he can see you from, like, really, really far away in the middle of a dust storm, I don't know if that kind of plays into his, like, skilled six-shooter cowboy thing, or if it's just, like, a annoying gameplay feature, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't mind that change, but I'm not begging for it. Another unique way to calm the Azazel down, not with a UV or flashlight. See, like, I would hear these suggestions out if they would, like, tell us a way that they could do it. Like, if it's, like, some sort of innovative, use the power of Azazel to calm down Azazel sort of thing, then maybe I'd hear it out. But, like, if you're just saying, I don't like how you have to use the flashlight. I want another way to calm them down. That's just what it comes off to me.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I disagree with that suggestion. UV is good enough for me to just stun Azazel, and if I die, I die. And if I don't, I don't. That type of it is what it is. But in my personal opinion, this is where it needs to be. This is like how Devour is meant to be played.
The thing that makes the UV like a very solid mechanic is the fact that it's resource management. It's not just like, ooh, spooky UV to kill the monsters thing. It's like it's managing your resources to make sure that you don't run out of it at the same time, and that's skill expression. If you had like some sort of like perk or like some sort of, oh my god, remember Tarvesh's idea to add like those like abilities to each map? Like when he said like slow down the Azazel or like put down a trap.
We need there has to be challenge in this game. You don't want to, and the developers want to make this game challenging. I mean, they did it for the Slaughterhouse.
They said as much, but they don't want to make it like completely unfair though, which I respect.
Yeah, they need to balance it.
This isn't like a Bennett Foddy situation where they make the game extremely unfair on purpose, because like you look at us right now, we are breezing through these maps, and that's because of our skill. I feel like this game isn't just like a really scary horror game. It's also just like a great example of skill expression. Like they didn't remove stair stacking, which means that there are other ways to escape the Azazel, and it's a bit difficult to pull off if you're not fully experienced with it. So I would argue that it's about skill expression. I don't know what they're suggesting when they say another way to calm Azazel down. Maybe it's like the best idea I've ever heard, but if you're not gonna give me an actual example of calming Azazel down, then you're not really selling the idea to me. So that's a no from me as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm saying no to that as well.
When the characters are dancing, it's in the third person, but only half their body can be seen instead of whole. I suggest making the POV while emoting a bit further. Sure. Why not? I have no... Yeah, we get to see Gangnam Style from further away. Awesome. Anyway, April Azazel more slowed down when UVing her. Maybe slightly?
Just a tab, but overall, I feel like no, mostly no. I feel like stunning April right now is acceptable, fairly acceptable enough for me to just say I think this is fine. So to me, I say no to that in my opinion.
I would also say no, because it's not like April is extremely fast like Nathan. At least with Nathan, he slows to a crawl, like a literal crawl when you're stunning him.
Yep.
to compensate for how fucking fast he is. So I think there isn't enough what's the word? Trade-off to justify slowing her down like a fuck ton when you're stunning her. I think that she's an acceptable speed as is. Maybe slightly slower when you're stunning her, but it's not a glaring issue to me.
Yeah, same for me.
Next suggestion, more lore added to the game. Maybe like little short stories to add to the playable characters, like a menu that you can see the playable characters' stories in. I think that would be pretty fun. And maybe if you beat their specific map, then you get like a little lore entry explaining like where they came from, their interests, like, you know, their motivations.
Yeah,
it is shortly explained with the when you select the character.
Yeah, I'm kind of for that in a way. Mollyhead.
Every map having a personalized AI. What does that mean exactly? Like, again, they give these suggestions, but like, can you please give us like an example? Like, does Sam like kick back and relax at the saloon every once in a while? Like, what does that mean? Like, I kind of have to fill in the blanks here. Like, you know, these developers, they'll want, like, I had to explain in great detail why I wanted the 1,000 achievements, the 1,000 ritual item achievements to be changed to 666. I had to explain, like, it fits in line with the game. I think it fits perfectly. It also eliminates much needed, or it eliminates all the extra tedium to the game. And they agreed.
I agree.
And well, yeah, I'm glad we agree, because that change actually made it to live servers, much to my pleasure.
Oh, I got gloves.
As for personalized AI, I think it would make it a bit more interesting. I mean, Zara has pretty unique AI. She calms down automatically because of a game feature, but I don't really see them making that change. Maybe a couple of examples, like, please, app, please, like, when these people give suggestions, or if it's you, please offer, like, an example of what you mean. And then maybe we can build off of it and say, like, maybe that'd be good, maybe that wouldn't be good.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Because right now I see personalized AI, and I have a couple of ideas, but I kind of have to fill in the blanks here.
Oh, let me go back. Yeah, let me go back. Yep. I should have waited. Oops.
Imagine the next suggestion is let crows go into the dark place. Oh, hell nah.
No, fuck that. We already have lumps, dude.
But it's supposed to be challenging, Mr. Carnage.
Lump, no. It kills it, dude. Oh, it kills it. It kills it. It kills it. Ah! Nicely done.
Bro, where are you going? GG.
Nowhere in sight. That is the strat to beat the manor.
Alright, well that's all maps, except we didn't beat the asylum because of reasons. So let's rectify that while we go through the rest of these changes. Make longer animations for knocking over trash cans, burning goats. So they want long interactions on top of long interactions. Brother, what?
I'm gonna say no to that. We already have enough long interactions as it is.
The game spams enough long interactions past the release of the end. Like, no offense, but we don't need any more. Trust me.
Yeah, we really don't.
More gore added. I'm not really against that, as long as it's not like completely like, okay, dude, like, come on, really? Why is there a body hanging from the ceiling with his pants off or something like that? As long as it's nothing like too ridiculous, as long as it's like, you know, thematic, not thematic, but like, you know, gore that just like adds to the experience rather than takes away. I think that'd be pretty interesting. I also find it interesting how there's like little to no skeletons for the town.
Yeah, did we ever see a skeleton in the town? I don't think we did.
So yeah, maybe a bit of gore here and there could work. I mean, we already got that for the slaughterhouse for the most part.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this suggestion's a joke suggestion, but be able to put flashlight on your head and have 2 hands to carry items.
No.
I would say the only argument that could be made for carrying 2 items at once is for solo play, specifically because of setup time. But like it would have to be like 2 non-ritual items.
We don't really need the flashlight on the head because I still can see fine. You know what I mean?
I think they're just talking about like an excuse of like, oh, why
Like
would you hold 2 items
or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. 2 items kind of like gets the it gets rid of the challenge for me, in my opinion.
That's why I'd say like it would only kind of make sense in solo just to cut down how long it takes to set everything up, considering that you are doing 4 people's work with 1 person. That's the only argument I could make for that.
Pretty much. I'm gonna have to say a no to that suggestion, to be honest.
Perk double-handed allows player to take/carry. What are these suggestions, bro?
Wait, what is it?
Allows player to take/carry 2 items with them.
No, it just makes it so much easier. It gets the challenge away. There's no point.
Brother, we were just over this. Here's an interesting one. Game mode without an Azazel, but increased amount of minions.
Nah.
Are you guys ready to beat the farmhouse for free? Are y'all ready to beat the slaughterhouse for free? Because no one is threatened by boars, bro.
Or ghosts is like, or even crows, dude.
Definitely not the crows. Oh
bro,
my
the
God.
strat that we're doing, the strat that we did, if April wasn't around, dude, oh my God, that'd be so easy. Like even on nightmare mode, it's just like there's kind of no point. It takes away the challenge of the game. So in my opinion, no, not at all.
Be able to select up to 2 Azazels in one map. This just sounds like a Wii mod. Wii mod
this is
user
definitely
stream.
a Wii mod, dude. On God.
Like, come on.
We doing Wii mod, dude. 2 Azazels in one map. No one is good enough as it is.
Last but certainly not least, nightmare difficulty having to burn 13 ritual items instead of 10. That is wrong for so many reasons.
No, 10 is enough. I feel like going over 10 is just like you're kind of draining yourself a little bit more, and Azazel will be like instantaneous, super fast. Like Nathan will instant bolt from point A to point B. It's just not it for me. I say 10 is the way to go overall.
I would also
more, no less.
I would also like to make the point that some of these maps are designed with 10 ritual items in mind, because the inn and the manor, for example, like you literally can't go over 10 because there isn't 13 spots to bury the bodies. There isn't. Well, I guess there are 13 spaces potentially in the inn, but I think it could cause a lot of problems if not implemented correctly. And also, dude, this is nightmare difficulty we're talking about. There are other ways to make it more challenging rather than just making you burn more items. Like if we're dealing with an Azazel at 9 out of 10 speed and you have to burn 4 more, hell nah.
Oh my God, you were talking over Molly coming after me. I had no idea what she was.
Oh, sorry, I'll try and sound more like Molly next time.
No, it's okay. Go on, what were you saying?
I'm just saying, like, there are other ways to make nightmare difficulty more challenging. Like, more,
I agree, yeah.
More interactive ways to make it more challenging. This is not it, in my opinion.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna have to say no to that suggestion as well.
But overall, as we wrap up this map, because we are going to beat it this time, as we wrap up this map, I just want to say thank you so much to Zap for getting the opinions of multiple players. Some of these suggestions were definitely interesting, even if we didn't agree with all of them. And, you know, it's very nice that he got lots of members of the community together to talk about this one, talk about what they would like to have added to the game. I think anything to make the game more unique, but still keeping that Devour flavor is a welcome change, in my opinion. Some of these suggestions are just not that, I've noticed. A lot of these suggestions, Joe and Luke would probably just laugh and just like scoff off within a second. Thank you. Oh, hello there. You dumb bitch, I got a Vader for a reason! Oh my god, you were way closer than I thought. Okay.
He is fast as fuck.
Like, again, we may not have agreed on all of them, but, like, it was still a very fun discussion. And like I said, anything to make this game feel more fresh and still keep the style of Devour is a welcome change, in my opinion. Will always be a welcome change.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, of course, my biggest complaint being, fix the goddamn XP.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
it's
motherfucker, I suffered for 12 hours to beat the Slaughterhouse on Nightmare Solo, and you give me half of what I would have gotten on Farmhouse!
Like, directly in the middle.
I got it.
Nice. She's taking me to the 3rd floor, so there we go. Hopefully you have enough UV for Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels?
Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. Alright, we did it.
GG.
Hooray! We made up for it. I will say that Asylum is the hardest map in the game, not Slaughterhouse, Kappa.
I don't think there's anything more for me to say, other than thank you so much for attending, thank you so much for supporting me, and, of course, thank you to Carnage yet again for giving his thoughts on everything. It's always refreshing to have an extra person to talk with who actually understands the game in and out, like I do. He's obviously more skilled than me, but... he's obviously more skilled than me, but, you know, we have our own methods of doing things. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's go raid out, go support the streamer. Good night, everyone.